welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewsmuseum.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley. Hi, friend.
Hello.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. And I think we kind of didn't know if this weekend we're going to get an episode out, but
yeah,
here we are.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing Patreon exclusive. So listeners, if you're not aware of that and you were like, why haven't there been a lot of episodes? Go over to patreon.com/howdoyoudrew. And we've got some good stuff, new stuff over there.
Yep.
Now we're back here and we've got some updates and, we're calling this a Drewsflash because there's just a lot to catch up on when we don't do a normal episode for a while.
Yes. So let's jump in. We've got a bunch of little follow-ups from previous episodes or topics we've discussed that are kind of just enough to mention. So let's start with the ever after dress from the Breathe portion.
The gown, the ball gown, Cinderella's gown.
Did we mention the auction at all already?
No, I was kind of selfishly trying to keep it under wraps in the hopes that I would be able to bid on it and no one would know. But it was all over Instagram. So
yes,
I actually did register and I sent them personal information and they just totally dropped the ball on getting back to me. Turns out, doesn't matter. I wouldn't have bid this high.
Yes.
So the website had, or actually they emailed our wonderful friend, Katie. So Katie got to go in person because they put everything from this auction on display in London, I believe. The company was called Carrie Taylor and Katie was able to go in person and she took so many incredible photos for us, which so appreciated.
I was just really soaking in those details. So thank you, Katie. That was so cool. And they've got some really high quality ones also on the website for Carrie Taylor's auctions. Holy cow. So we are
lucky.
Spoiled. Almost as good as having it in our hands. I mean, not quite, but
but anyway, so after Katie attended, they sent her a follow-up email. And I just thought this was a really fun quote. Lot 1 went mad. Drew Barrymore's dress in the film Ever After smashed its pre-sale estimate in seconds before reaching the dizzying height of 16,000 pounds, over 10 times its high estimate, which I'm like, well, duh. I remember seeing the estimate and being like, guys, you're lowballing this big time. This is an iconic piece of costume.
No kidding. Did we already say in the current conversion what that is in US dollars?
No, go for it.
Okay, so 20,000 US dollars.
Yeah, at least.
What?
I know.
Do you remember what the starting was? I was just trying to dig for a second, but it had to be something where you were like, okay, that's not too bad. Do you think it was $1,000?
They listed the estimate, the high estimate, as 1,000 pounds. So they really undersold it.
Are they insane? I actually, although we've kind of discussed the there is this kind of deep love for this movie amongst a certain generation of women.
Yeah.
That I don't think that it's widely known, but it has this deep love for a certain group of people. So it might be one of those it's not a niche fandom, but it's
and I think it's very recognizable, especially with the wings.
Yes. If you've ever seen the movie.
Yeah. Or a photo of it.
Yeah. But amazing. This is so cool. I love it.
I know. And I saved a PDF from the auction description if anyone wants to read the details, because they had the designer Jenny Beavan fill in all kinds of details about it. And it's pretty cool. So we can share that on the episode page. And last thing I want to say about this, my wonderful friend Dale, who is this incredible artist, he not only can draw and do amazing things like that, but he makes miniatures of film costumes, specifically gowns. He's really into Titanic. He's done miniature versions of all of Kate Winslet's gowns from Titanic. So he went as well, and he made up at the last second, all night working on it. He made a miniature of this gown and brought it with him.
And the wings were even so amazing.
So amazing. And everybody should go follow him. He's at Dale_McCarthy_art and
Mhm.
on Instagram. And he's just so talented and he's so sweet and lovely. So shout out to him. I guess the people there were really excited when he brought it in. It's just so
Aw,
cool.
I
Yeah.
love that, and I've seen his illustrations, like, they're so, incredible. Like,
Yeah. So
he
talented.
is an artiste. Okay, so the next follow-up we've got, I guess it's a follow-up because we just talk about her dad so much.
We love what Drew says about her dad. Like, I feel like
Yes.
we've just sprinkled that into so many episodes. And this one caught my attention. It's just so classically good. She was talking to Reba McEntire on the Drew Barrymore show about her dad. Let's take a listen.
My dad, who was such an odd bird, I mean, he didn't wear shoes, he was out to lunch,
Yeah.
philosophical, wore his tie as a belt, but he just was always like that, just live and let live, man. And
Love that.
more of that, please.
Yes.
And
Give
I
me a
am
dozen.
using a very bizarre example of a human who's nobody's poster child of how to live a life, but just the live and let live man was the one of the best gifts he ever taught me. The little I was around him.
That's amazing.
Oh,
I love it. You know, I love that she's seeing the bright side in this, like she does in everything, her upbringing. She's like this, like she's always saying, this wild man, you know? And yeah, the tie belt.
oh
That's
my God. We have to. So we texted about this.
yes.
Drew went through a phase of wearing a tie as a belt, like around the year 2000. And
Mhm.
I don't remember if we knew it came from him or not. It felt like semi-familiar,
Yeah.
but it was just fun to get that
The
confirmation.
only thing I felt when she was wearing the belt is like that was kind of trending. Like it was like the early 2000s, like women
Ties were a
wearing
thing.
ties. Yeah, like that became a thing. Like, I mean, one of the most famous examples is probably Avril Lavigne, like wore a
Yeah.
tie. But yeah, I love that her dad. I feel like I've seen a picture of her dad wearing a tie as a belt. Is it possible?
Possibly. Okay, we'll go through our files.
But I know we definitely have examples of her, so
Yeah, we'll
we
share
can
'em.
pull something out. I actually, oddly enough, I feel like Jolena got a clipping that I don't think I have. It's a cute, like, candid of her wearing a tie belt.
Walking on the street with red hair, holding LA
Yes.
Weekly. Yeah.
Yes.
I know the one.
Yep. Maybe a blue shirt.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, so good.
wow, our
Anyway,
brains.
I love this. I
So-
loved her calling him a bizarre example of a human being, or however she phrased
I
it.
love it. Her phrasing is I mean, one of the many reasons we love her, but you
That's our
know,
girl.
man, live and let live, man.
And then last little follow up, because last week we did our episode on the Academy Awards. And if you missed that, go check it out. It was a really good one. Actually, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. I was on vacation, so my brain is fried about what day it is. But we were talking about how we hoped there would be an Oscars episode of the
Yep.
Drew Barrymore show. And yes, there was. I went to watch it on the plane on my way back from Hawaii on Friday, and it was already gone from Paramount Plus. So I'm not happy about that.
I am not happy about this timeline at all. Yeah, so I watched it. I don't usually do all this like watching the show, taking the notes, doing that part stuff.
Thank
So
you.
I dug into this, but of course, usually I'm long-winded, and oddly enough, there wasn't a ton to take notes on. Like Drew had some
Okay.
like cool takes, like they talked about the predictions for who would win, a lot of which kind of came to fruition. There was one kind of cool part where Drew was talking about Greta Gerwig not being nominated and how that was like interesting.
Yeah.
But the couple notable things, you knew this probably from pictures, but she wore the dress that she wore to the Grammys, the Tom Ford dress with all the sequins.
Yeah, that was fun to be able to like get a better look at it and see it again. And we love a wardrobe recycle. In fact, we have an entire section of our
Yes, we
website
do.
on thedrewsmuseum.com with some examples. There's so many
Yes.
more we've never got around to
I was
putting up
like, we
there.
can just add this one.
One day, maybe.
I've wanted to comment about her earrings lately because they're so
so
chunky.
big.
But she said on some episode, and I don't watch a ton of them, but she said like they're usually clip-ons.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But this is a good example of like a chunky earring. They're like
So
like
many.
huge
Huge.
rhinestones and then a chunky rhinestone ring. She looked amazing.
Beautiful. I loved her hair too. Shout out to Mr. Daniel.
I loved her hair in her birthday episode, and I don't remember if I called that
Yes.
out. So I wanted to make sure to mention that too.
Yeah, they've been changing her hair up a little bit. Like
Mhm.
I've seen some ponytails, I've seen some straight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Kind of
The
fun.
one other cute notable thing, we will be mentioning 2 of her pets this episode, one of which is Douglas. This is a fun little note about her pets. So Douglas was there, as he usually is, wearing a bow tie, like a
Oh my God, I
distinguished
can't.
gentleman, and basically sat like right around this little round table of
Oh yeah,
people.
he has just
Right.
decided in the last like several weeks, like I am part of the show. I will sit next to the guest.
Mhm.
I
He
love
is the
him.
star.
He's your little friend.
Yeah, and I feel very lucky that I've been able to get a little snuggle from this guy.
Ah, I can't believe that. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So there's not really much else. It was a fun episode, but there was nothing like no fun tidbits from previous Oscars for Drew or anything.
Ah, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So I didn't miss too much.
it felt lacking in that, but really like current, I guess, in a way.
Okay.
So yeah. So do you want to tell me what Drew loves?
I love love.
Okay. I've been taking notes here and there over the last 2 weeks.
I'm
Here we
sorry
go.
if I didn't think of any loves from this episode. I
That's
probably
okay.
was something.
We've got enough to go around. It's fine.
Okay, let's hear it.
Drew loves Sydney Sweeney,
Uh-huh.
a potato salad.
Me too, most of the time.
Yeah, I can be a little weird about that one.
Yeah,
Barbecue sauce.
same, depends.
Okay, I don't want to pronounce this, but I guess I have to. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire sauce.
Thank you.
Worcestershire, and then hot sauce is next.
And hot sauce. Yeah, she's in a saucy mood. She also loves Houston, the
Okay.
city in Texas. Her tattoos. And we've got a
Okay.
weird question about that later on, but I'll
Yeah.
keep going. She loves the cherry blossoms.
Oh, I love the.
I know. She loves that wildflower natural look.
Ooh.
Coconut aminos.
Ooh, me
That's very
too.
specific.
Have you
Oh,
had coconut aminos?
I don't think so.
So it tastes like soy sauce, but it's
Oh.
non-soy.
I love soy sauce.
Look into it. If you're
Okay.
like, there are things about like too much, I think it's like,
soy. Yeah.
like estrogen or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so coconut aminos are great.
Okay, good tip. She also loves a black sesame seed.
Ooh.
She loves every part of Titanic. Hey, that's like a little throwback to our buddy Dale.
That's funny.
Weird. And I listened to the Titanic episode of Movies That Made Us Gay just randomly. Like it's an old episode, and I was listening at the same time. I was like, why is Titanic in the air right now? She said it's Frankie's favorite movie.
What?
I know. All right. Drew also loves a scampi,
Okay.
a bright pop of color.
No surprise.
No, cooking with steak.
Okay. Don't know about that one yet.
And finally, tomatillos, which I bet you love.
Tomatillos, I feel like I've only had them like in salsa and stuff.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
Yeah, but I do like them.
Okay, great list, huh?
Yeah,
Lots
it
of
is good.
food as usual.
Yep.
Whenever the cooking segments come on, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. She's gonna love a lot of stuff.
I feel like sometimes the cooking ones are like, I have a tiny insight
Yeah.
about what that is.
Yeah, thank
Who knows
you.
why? Yes. Okay, so now let's get into the Drew-ism of the week.
You know, those cool little isms that we do.
Okay, so Drew had John Cena on the show, and she was commenting about his style and his flair for fashion, and she just had a really fun way of talking about it.
And I realized that there are 2 points in the conversation where she talks about
I
it.
wonder which one I was thinking about versus which one you were thinking about. Let's see.
Yeah, I pulled both because I think the second one adds on to the first one in a really
Okay.
fun way. And I'm
Cool.
curious to hear them side by side somewhat.
We are little billboards walking around, and whatever style we choose to put on, other people see it. And when you see visuals of pleasure, the pupils dilate. And I'm telling you, Dilation City.
That was the clip I was calling out.
I love it so much. So then the second one.
Immediately had an attractive spark, but
Did your pupils dilate?
full dilation.
Full dilation.
Full.
I actually did mentally note that part too.
That was really cute. But also, like, during the whole interview, there was this very comfortable rapport between them. And I
Yeah.
don't think I watched the previous time when he was on, but I think that that is his public presence. Like, that is him.
Yeah, I definitely don't know enough, but I do vaguely remember him being on before and her really enjoying their conversation.
Yeah. And it was like they got into some like deep little stuff, and it was very enjoyable to watch. I don't even think I've watched the entire thing, but I feel like Drew is asking some like hard-hitting questions that were like
Yeah.
philosophical in a really cool way.
She ended up asking him if he goes to therapy because she's like, you're like really know what you're saying here.
He was like, I listen to myself talk a
Yeah.
lot or something. That was really cute. But it was a really cool interview. So all of you out there listening, check it out if you have a chance. All right. So now it looks like we've got some mail for this week.
You've got mail.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had some. So thank you so much to our friend on Instagram at Charlie's 3 Sexy Sleuths, the number 3. So this is
Fun
a
name.
Charlie's, I know, this is a Charlie's Angels fan site. I think this person also used to interact with us on Tumblr. If not, it was a different account. But yeah, I've been like sharing stuff with this account for a while. In fact, I went and took some pictures of some stuff in the novelization from the first movie to help like with the deleted scene. Yeah. So they sent over a really nice comment to us, and I thought it'd be nice if we read it.
All right, cool. So they said, wow, How Do You Drew is incredible. Thank you for the thoughtfulness, thoroughness, and hard work you put into all of this content for Drewbies. Listening to How Do You Drew has made me so nostalgic for the Y2K days of magazines and TV specials and biographies. I can't wait for your Charlie's Angels episodes. 5 stars, following, and all good vibes your way.
Oh, so
thank
this
you.
His name is Marcus, by the way. So
thank you, Marcus. We sounded like the Angels.
Good morning, Marcus.
Good morning, Angels. Thank you. That was a really kind comment.
So nice. And I love the part about being nostalgic for like magazines and TV specials.
Oh my gosh.
I feel that so deeply in my soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we're getting that point across.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm always like, remember that clipping?
Yeah. Well, you did it today.
Yes, exactly. Like I feel like I'm doing it all the time. So I'm glad that someone out there is appreciating the fact that we can't get over that either and never will.
Yeah. So good.
Howdy, Drewbies.
We want to tell you about our sponsor, Positive Medium. We've actually been clients of theirs for at least 10 years, and they take care of all of our website needs for thedrewsam.com.
They offer custom web design and professional coding, search engine optimization, marketing, and hosting. So we've been hosted by them, but we've also been able to take advantage of a lot of their expertise in these other areas as well.
Absolutely. So customer service is the biggest draw for us with this company. They have saved our site literally from obliteration quite a few times. But then they also help us with minor issues in just like literally a matter of minutes. So if we have like a coding question or just like something on the back end we can't figure out, we reach out to them and we get an answer back, and the issue is solved within moments.
We're so excited that Positive Medium is allowing us to offer our listeners 25% off managed WordPress hosting plans using our promo code DREW, D-R-E-W, of course. And if you want to take advantage of this, visit positivemedium.com. We really, really vouch for these people. They've been so great to us and will continue to be great to us. I can only imagine.
I mean, they're great by offering this to our listeners. So take advantage. Again, it's promo code DREW, of course.
Tell me about this week in Drew history.
Okay, this one we're going to briefly cover because we actually have a whole episode that gets a little more into it. But March 20th, 1994, Drew, spur of the moment, 19-year-old Drew married Jeremy Thomas, the gentleman who she'd been dating for a second.
Yep. You know, just following all her whims at that point in her life.
Yeah, that's our girl, our free spirit. In fact, this is one of the only things in her entire life that she talks about regretting. But so we have a whole episode. It's our number 26, all about her 3 weddings. We did it as a cheeky Valentine's Day episode in 2023, and it's a really good, fun one. And so you can get all the details of that ceremony. I use that term very lightly.
The most informal of weddings that one could imagine.
Oh yeah, it was in a bar right before the sun came up. They dialed 1-800-I-MARRY-YOU to get a psychic creature who brought her dog.
Oh my God, which is so dog show vibes.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so right.
So yeah, I just have to like shout out the way she looked at 19 getting married. Stunning. Like she's literally like at like, you know, peak, just delicate angel face, like, you know, stunning woman. And like her hair is so like effortless. The dress is like a silk slip or something, like
with
she looked
boots,
amazing.
like so 90s. I think she was wearing boots.
She was. I forgot about that, and you just made me dream about it even more.
I know. And like, it's crazy. I feel like that's still my favorite of her 3 wedding looks. And it was definitely the least thought out.
I feel like you said that in our weddings episode, which is really fun. If you guys want to hear us get into it all, like I think we found the right way to go through like, you know, part of Drew's life that ended in divorce, including this one. So the length of time it lasted, can you remind me?
Ooh, I would have to look that up because I want to say 19 days, but I'm like, is that because she was 19? Am I like conflating that information? But it's a very, very short amount of time. I also was
trying to figure out, like, have we ever found legal records? Because I know we have. Okay. So then we have the official number.
Okay. Well, let me look it up.
Okay, sorry.
I think it's in our drive and I'd hate to like not speak to it. Let's see. So Drew filed for divorce on May 10th. So longer than 19 days. Do the math. It's like just short of 2 months.
Weird.
And that's like official records says
but
that. So.
Also, did they maybe not get did they not get their certificate?
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but that's definitely the filing date.
Okay. Interesting.
You heard it here.
We have the records. We have the archives. We have been very freshly checked.
We're not creepy. We're just
these are like public. It's public archive. Like marriages and deaths and stuff like that are all legal stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you want to mention your last note about this?
Oh, I mean, every time I think about this wedding, I can't help but remember from the song for Saturday Night Live 1999, when is it Horatio Sands?
Yeah.
Okay, he's talking about this and quickly just says,
"Married a British gent, kind of an accident."
Also, weirdly enough, that was also on March 20th of 1999.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, 5 years.
I know, that's all. What is time?
Okay. Wait, that's amazing.
I know. When I was looking up like what happened on this date, I was like, wow, this is a big day.
In my mind, what would the distance of time be between 1994 Drew and 1999 Drew? 10 years? Yeah,
it's so different. So different.
We always talk about this. We can stop being like, have our mind being blown about that. But I can't, guys. Can't get over magazines, can't get over time. Okay, so we're going to go into a slightly more somber pets update in What's New with Drew. This is a follow-up because she lost her dear Lucy, which she revealed on the episode with Millie Bobby Brown. So I'll just play a little clip of it.
Douglas is having a little bit of a hard time getting on too. Do you see that?
Yeah, I have a senior dog too. I rescue senior dogs.
He is a senior 14.
I have right now I actually have a 17-year-old dog who I rescued who was like dumped on the streets.
Same with him.
And they're just, it's so sad. And so right now I'm at like 9 dogs. How many do you have?
Well, his girlfriend Lucy, who is 11, just passed away last week, and it was been so hard.
Oh,
I know, it's such a transition.
That's good. At least he has you at work.
Well, and now our cat, Lucky, all of a sudden he never let her in before. She'd always want to like cuddle up to
Yeah.
him, and he was like, no, no, no.
No, now he's like, I'm
And
desperate.
I woke up this morning and they were spooning.
Oh.
So, you know, it's like they know.
Yeah, they do know and they grieve.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, man.
And once again, I'm not bragging, but also like I got to
Yeah.
touch Lucy and I'm so glad.
happy.
I feel very grateful that I got to pet that little cloud.
Oh, I'm so happy you did. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I'm so bummed about this. This really
Yeah.
made me super sad. We
It's-
love that sweet little doggy. And
Yeah.
there was always so many great like photos of her laying around backstage that the crew members would share.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like was so personable, like the
Yeah.
most personable, sweet dog. I looked up just a couple little tidbits about Lucy from our pets episode, which was one of our early episodes. So, and then we did a re-release with some updates. Here's another update. But a couple tidbits were she was rescued in 2013. So she's had her, I guess that's like 11 years.
Yeah.
Also, that Olive used to call, or maybe still did until the end of her life, the white shark, which I thought was really
Aw.
cute. So
Oh, that's so sweet. R.I.P. We're very sad.
I'm sorry, Drew. We should send her a card, by the way.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Should we pivot to something totally
Totally
different?
Almost couldn't be more different.
Let's bring the happiness vibes back up.
Okay.
So, did you watch Drew? We had Dwayne Johnson on the show, and she dressed up as his cheesy, I'm guessing 80s picture that like is a viral
That classic one.
meme with the fanny
Yes.
pack.
Yes, I did see this and not at all surprised. I was like, classic Drew to dress up as classic Dwayne
I
Johnson,
know.
aka
It-
The Rock. Like,
Definitely gave me like the Bob Ross
yes.
vibes again. And then I was thinking of
Yes.
her in Charlie's Angels when she dresses as a man and kind of how she carried herself in that scene.
So
it reminded
good.
me of that.
Sadly, I have not watched the whole episode, but I did see when she asked if he would bench press her or
Yeah.
take squats
Squats.
holding her. That was like so cute. Little Drew. She just
She
looked
looks
like
so little.
I don't know, it was
And she's wearing like a muscle suit under the turtlenecks.
yeah.
Oh, it's really funny the way she's like feeling herself. In fact, if you don't hurry up, you won't be able to see this because I'm sure this was only on Paramount Plus. At the
Goodness.
very end of the show, Ross and her were just sitting talking about it. And Ross was like, I'm feeling weird things looking at you like this. Like, this is, I don't know about this. She's like, oh, you're finally into me. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh my goodness, I must see this.
Yeah, hurry.
Ross and Drew's dynamic is just
Yeah, they're great.
too good.
One other thing I want to mention. I don't know if this is our girl doing like the bad estimations that she does with time and numbers.
Yeah.
but she told him that she has 13 tattoos. And last we knew that she has 12. So
So and the like I am human is the 12th. That was like okay.
I immediately I was like, I don't think that's right. And then I
She's
like
counting one of the
counted
fish as an extra one.
just one fish. One little sardine counts as two.
Yeah.
So maybe she got another one we don't know about yet. That would be exciting.
Mm.
Or maybe she's just crazy.
Interesting. If you want to hear us list the first, which ones would be missing from our tattoo episode?
She didn't have the sardines and she didn't have the I am human, but we've covered everything else.
Okay, so the last thing to mention is that Drew attended a gala. I almost said gala. I guess some people say gala.
Yeah.
For the Art Production Fund in New York, I'm assuming.
Yeah. The Art Production Fund is a nonprofit dedicated to helping artists realize their ambitious dreams and projects.
Amazing.
So they did their annual event, which I guess is a big deal. Let's talk about Drew's outfit.
Okay, so let me just quickly say I saw Jolena making some comments about this. When I saw it at first, I saw it cropped, like couldn't see that the bottom of the dress is the same as the top of the dress with a skirt like almost in the middle that's different. I actually kind of like it.
Okay.
The middle part, Jared said he thought it looked like a donut.
Oh, okay. That's being generous. To me, it's like a nude color, so it looks like a disease or something.
Oh, Ashley.
I mean, it looks like skin with dots on it.
I need to see it closer, I feel like.
So she's wearing this pink dress that's got like multicolored polka dots and hearts. And I actually kind of like the dress, even though it's a little Someone said the word clownish. I see that, but I think the dress is fun. It's great to see her in color because we used to see a lot of browns on the show. But yeah, that weird middle piece, I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on there.
I guess it does look a little like skin. I think I have like this part of my brain that just goes, I just don't understand fashion.
Yeah.
You know, and this is overall not a very like appealing. My pupils are not
dilating.
Actually, they are because of the color, but other than that. But I do want to say she looks so young. And I think she's wearing like almost no makeup. Like she just looks so fresh-faced.
The
so
headband
healthy.
might be part of it, but yeah, she looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's like I don't really see her wear headbands much. She's got this like rhinestone-y headband. Yeah, she looks sweet. The outfit is distracting from how lovely Drew is on her own.
And there's only this one photo out there that I can find.
Yeah.
I think Renata at Drew Barrymore Brazil is going to hook me up with some other ones, but
cool.
Maybe it looks better in motion. I don't know. I'm very, very curious, but whatever. She went for it. Also, the theme was like cruise ships, so I really don't get it.
Yeah. At first I was like, maybe that'll explain. And then I'm like, no.
I'm even more lost.
Yeah. Maybe this is what Drew bought on a cruise ship at one point.
When she jumped off the cruise ship, she found treasure on sand, and that is what the middle part is supposed to represent.
Good job. We've solved it. I think.
All right, we did it.
I think we can end the episode there.
I think
we've
we're ready.
Solved the mysteries of the universe.
That does it. All right, guys. Thank you for coming around for this Drewsflash. We do have an actual topic that we really want to cover that has gotten pushed, I don't know, 10 episodes now.
We'll have some real stuff for you.
Yeah, we have a year in review that we're excited about. We just haven't gotten around to it. But thanks for being here. Again, if you want, more content, we're over on Patreon, and it's $1 a month. We'll get you everything. So just go do it. You can also follow us on Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod. And our other Instagram is at Drewseum, where we share stuff like this brand new photo of Drew in this wacky dress.
Yeah. Don't forget to visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com, which is hosted on our OG, the Drewseum.com, which I don't even know how long we've been out on the internet, but you know what? It's been a long time. Just trust us.
Long time.
I'm going to say again, just remind you, sign up for our Patreon. That's where we're giving more content. So we've got the Two Little Girl Lost first 2 chapters out. Next one will come pretty soon at some point. So if you're not a patron already, become a patron. $1 a month.
It's a good bargain.
Yes. Don't forget to send listener mail to howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com. We love to hear from you. And thank you. We'll see you all next Tuesday.
Yay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewseum.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you.
Thank you.